Johnny, you haven't heard Greg sing at all yet?
No, I didn't know you knew him either.
I'm leaving.
Welcome back to the Throga channel. My name is still Richard, as it has been for many years. And your name is still
Johnny. I'm still Johnny.
It is.
So you haven't decided to change your name to Rick or Ricky?
We've had. Why does Ricky keep showing up in our videos?
There's nothing wrong with those two names. It's just not. That's not you.
It's
You're
just
not a Rick.
not. It's
You're not a Rick.
Richard worked better when I had the long hair. Once upon a time,
yes,
I had like really long hair. So I feel like the
vibe.
Richard matched that. So maybe I don't know. Maybe now that I'm bald, maybe I do need an upgrade to my.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
let's play around with it.
The only other bald guy I could think of that's named Rick is the guy from Pawn Stars.
So okay, he's taking it then. So
yeah, it's already taken. It's really not an option. Should we script our intros? Because they really go off the rails completely. We are not here to discuss my name. We are here to react to a beautiful person I have had the opportunity to get to know a little bit over the years. It's a friend of mine, a fellow singer and a songwriter, Greg Gould. Oh my goodness, is it Gould or Gould?
It's Gould.
I said it right the first time.
Where did that voice come from?
Shh. Don't look behind the curtain. There's no one there. There's no one there. So Greg Gould, who I had, you know what? Let's just bring him in. We already heard his voice.
Let's just do it. Yeah.
Hi.
You guys, you guys are hilarious. You should have your own show.
Ooh, we should. You know what? Here, let me hit record. That's a good idea. No, welcome, welcome,
Hello.
Greg. Greg, meet Johnny. Johnny, meet Greg.
Hey, Johnny.
We are in different hemispheres at the moment. You're in Melbourne, and we are in the east coast of the States. Last time I saw you, though, was it Sydney?
Sydney.
Must have been, yeah.
It would have been Sydney. I moved to Melbourne in the pandemic because what else do you do but move states?
Right.
Makes sense.
I was like, I need to see change. This ain't working for me. This whole pandemic thing. I'm going to move to Melbourne. When you're done, let me know, okay?
And then, yeah. No, we had connected. I was trying to think before we got on the call when we met. I was doing some vocal workshops at
I came to your masterclass.
Masterclass, that's right. And I already knew who you were because you had already hit it with Australia's Got Talent. And I remember seeing Purple Rain, which was ridiculous.
Yes, and that's actually the song that I did at your masterclass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I remember it was really early in the morning, and I freaked out because when I went to hit the high notes, nothing came out, and you used me as an example, and it was beautiful.
No, you did awesome. And so, we connected and we hit it off. We did a couple projects there. I'd been back to Australia a couple times since, but all pre-pandemic, obviously. I haven't been back since, so it's been a minute.
Yes.
So it's awesome to see you again. And
great to see you.
Yes. So since
I'm so
then,
excited to see this taking off. My goodness. Over 100,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
They love
like,
your bald
in a
head.
relatively short time, yeah.
Yeah, in like 5 months. So we're embracing it.
Hey,
Congratulations.
And a big part of that 100,000 are our Philippine subscribers, which kind of led to the conversation of why we're here today. I reached out to you. I saw that you did a duet with Princess Morissette,
one of our
Asian
favorites.
Queen Morissette.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So Tanya Doko from Bachelor Girl, an iconic duo from the 90s here in Australia, wrote this song and gifted it to me, and we spoke about it as a duet. She's actually was my number one choice, was Morissette, and to get the yes straight away was like, so
awesome.
I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
So back up real quick though. So right now you are on a label.
I have my own label called Dreamhouse Records, and we released this via Dreamhouse Records. And I've got a team. I've got a beautiful team as well that help.
Awesome. And the song itself is Love It Out Loud. No, Love It All Out.
Love It All Out. Yes. It's like a therapy session. We're going to breathe it all in and love it all out.
Ah,
Oh,
beautiful.
that's nice. That's cool.
I like it. So, Johnny, you haven't heard Greg sing at all yet?
No, I didn't know you knew him either.
I'm leaving.
This is over.
Again, playing into our unpreparedness, I had no idea that there was like
I
Wait, I didn't tell you that I
fans,
knew
so
our
I'm-
guest today?
You may have. I don't know. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I zone out and I don't hear everything.
I'm ready to win you over. I'm ready
Just
to
ask my
win you
girlfriend.
over.
Okay, I am so ready.
Greg has an incredible voice. So his range, his tone, his storytelling. That's why I was when I saw that he was doing his song with Morissette, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Because he has so much texture and depth in his voice. And he can do riffs. He can do like the edgy screams. He can do like, he's got it all. So
Awesome.
And I've heard you obviously do more than just Purple Rain. And in each song that you sing, you serve the song. I've seen you sing live several times, and you don't add just to add. You can show off. You have that capacity, but you do serve the song, and I love that about you.
Well, I love that you said that, because this song, and from a songwriter's point of view, Johnny, you'll agree with me. This song is a little less is more. There's definitely some beautiful stuff going on, but just because it's Morissette and I, you'd think it would be just, this big, huge. The song does not need it, and I'll leave it at that.
I love that.
Yeah, and we're big on that.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it.
Right.
I'm excited.
Oh, and before we do, everybody, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Are you gonna show them the neat little nifty things you have now?
No, that's for when we do the lives.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Do I tell you anything in preparation for these?
I like to
Reacting,
think
not acting.
that I take in about 75% of the information that's presented to me. So maybe that was one of the.
I may
25%.
not
I
have
will say
told you
this.
that.
Have you guys got tissues? Because it is, and I want to give a trigger warning to the viewers.
Greg.
It is this.
I've gone almost a whole week without crying on this show. Can you help me out?
Oh my
It's
God.
a pretty powerful. We do go in some pretty deep themes. You can see that there is a trigger warning on the screen
I
already.
know. I just saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
Here it is. But I was going to add that the reason I don't cry is because one of us has to stay strong, and obviously there's no hope for my partner over here.
Fair enough. Also, at some point after this video, be sure to check out the description below where you can go to our website at throga.com and you can learn more about your voice, take a free vocal assessment, and learn your strengths and weaknesses so that you can take your voice to any level you desire. And also learn more about singing and songwriting lessons with myself and Johnny. And we will, of course, leave a link in here to Greg's website and the song, and whatever you send me for us to add, we are happy to do so.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right,
And
here we go.
Greg, you said you wrote and directed this?
Yeah, the video. I did not write
Okay.
the song. It was penned for me by as I said, the wonderful Tony
Right.
Joko. But I
But
did
the
write
video.
the concept. I directed the video, and I also edited the video as well.
Oh, wild. Here we go.
Right, that's amazing. All right, here we go.
It's like multi-story.
You gotta let them fall. Those tears, they just gotta fall. Cause
What
you're
a tone.
tired and you're weak. No words left to speak. You gotta let them fall. You're hiding behind those walls, almost unbreakable. I know you're tired and you're scared. Life don't feel that fair, but this love is unconditional. I know it feels like the end of the world, and sometimes you feel like the loneliest boy. Anytime you feel lost and you're down, you'll get through. I'll always find you. We're gonna breathe it all in and love it all out. Together we'll love it out.
Okay, so you're unbelievable. holy
Thank you.
Told you. No, his tone is ridiculous, and you don't even know like where he's at in like his like where he overlaps his chest voice and head voice. It's like he can have the same intensity at like the top end, like just melding into head voice. Yeah.
Yeah, that high B. I mean, that's just. I mean, that's not an easy note. Sounds great. I mean, amazing tone. The range is just there. It's holy. Yeah.
So I was expecting that. I would have been disappointed if you didn't deliver that, Greg, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But you did as expected, and like that's firing. I have to say, there's a couple things I want to address here. Number one is, if it's okay with you guys, I have to take the subtitles off. So I put them on because obviously it's good to have the lyrics there. The thing is you're singing in English. It's the one language I know, so I'm able to pick it up.
Barely.
There's a lot like overlapping stories here. So when I'm reading the subtitles, like I feel like I'm missing some of the subtleties, facial expressions. Like I catch myself looking up and down, and then of course you've got the layers of your voice and the music building and everything else. So I'm going to start it again.
You're also hearing the song for the first time as well.
Well, exactly. So, and I got to be honest, it is as beautiful as this is shot so far, and I'm enjoying it. You don't even need it, and I mean that in the best way. It's just like I've chills as you're singing it without even having the weight of how it affects and how people can relate to this in very different scenarios.
So we purposely delayed the music video coming out because we wanted people to ingest the song first and relate to it in their own way. Of course, I wanted to create something from my vision of the song, which is what the video is. But yeah, we purposely
Well, you want to do the
delayed
song justice with a great video, of course.
Yeah, we wanted the fans to hear the song first and take it into their hearts and heads first.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it from the top one more time. Just kind of.
So let me clear my throat.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
I really like this chord progression. I like that.
I do too.
You gotta let them fall. Those tears, they just gotta fall.
A little cry there.
'Cause you're tired and you're weak, no words left to speak. You gotta let them fall. You're hiding behind those walls, almost unbreakable. I know you're tired and you're scared. Life don't feel that fair, but this love is unconditional. I know it feels like the end of the world, and sometimes you feel like the loneliest boy. Anytime you feel lost and you're down, you'll get through. I'll always find you. We're gonna breathe it all in and love it all out. Together we'll love it out. Breathe it all in and love it all out. Together we'll love it out.
Amazing.
I see through the cold, harsh words. Your camouflage and
I know this
scars
voice.
that burn. Raging rivers, bitter rain. There's still a fire in your veins, and two hearts are gonna make this work. I know it feels like the end of the world, and sometimes you feel like the loneliest girl. Anytime you feel lost and you doubt you'll get through, I'll always find you. We're gonna breathe it all in and love it all out.
Nice.
We're
Yeah.
gonna breathe it all in.
So great
and
together.
love
Hold
it
on.
all out.
I did it again, Johnny. I forgot we're supposed to be reacting. Let me pause and give my thoughts. I mean, this sucks you in, Greg. I mean, the video is it's a whole movie. It's like your brain can just go full out in every direction of these stories, and then I'm excited to see how they overlap. And now there's like you're seeding hope and what we can do to make a difference, and just like it's really beautiful. And then musically, I mean, your voices sound great together, as I anticipated, but it's exciting to actually hear that execution, and just like the tones are so. It's interesting because they complement each other in a way that doesn't feel competitive, and I actually thought it might, because you guys are solo artists in many ways. Not that you're not capable of blending and singing with others, but a lot of times I hear like two lead singers when they come together. It's not necessarily that they're fighting for attention, but it's just the nature of the years behind their experience singing that they just take over. Did you have to put on the brakes at all? Were you conscious of like giving space, or did it just feel intuitive for you?
I think because we have our own verses and chorus, that does help. And I gave her full reign and creativity to interpret it how she'd like.
Right.
And she did make some beautiful, nice little inflections. That riff at the end, just going into the bridge. My
Oh,
goodness,
yeah.
I love that.
Dynamite.
That's all her. Yes, I think I'm going to just say this as a male singer. I think part of my job when I'm singing with a female, I always like to be that anchor and that hand on her shoulder. Like that's how I see my job as a duet partner with when I'm singing
That's
with a
cool.
female. I want to add the warmth where I have to add the warmth, but she adds the warmth all on her own as well. By the way, when her voice comes in, it still gives me goosebumps.
It's so buttery. I mean, what strikes me about both of your voices, and we've talked about her voice, I mean, at length, but there's just, I mean, you're both so slick. It's like such a slick, like,
Yeah.
Like it's I can't think of another word, just slick. But also, there's just you're so genuine. It like comes across as just being so real. Like you're telling a story and it's so believable.
And that's the storytelling quality I was talking about. Which is what I think Morissette's masterful at as well. It's the imbalances, it's the flaws, the conversational flaws that makes it interesting, that makes it feel real and genuine and vulnerable.
Yeah.
And when you guys are together in those moments, it's now you were just saying like that partnership you're just talking about, and I'm relating that to like a dance, right? Like the hand on the shoulder, and you dance really well together vocally, and it's just beautifully done.
And I do want to point out that Greg's singing, at least in this part of the song, up to this point, basically the same notes. Like you're singing the same notes, like your high range is incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, and it was written in a female key originally, so I just kept it there, knowing it was going to be a duet. And I knew that obviously Morissette had this incredible instrument. We kept it there, and so I pushed myself. But it was finding that delicate balance without me just sounding too full voice at the top there. But still staying there with her.
Well, because then you wouldn't be serving the song at that point either. Just kind of like pushing just to get it.
And I didn't want it to sound like, as you said, I didn't want it to feel at any point like we're in competition or trying to out-sing each other. That's not what this song's about.
It would literally defeat the purpose of the song. So,
correct.
Yeah.
No,
if I'm putting my hand on her shoulder, she's putting her arms on everybody else's,
Right.
There you go.
But that is the challenge in writing a duet, a male and female duet, is because usually the ranges are so different that you either have to modulate the song or, it's like, okay, somebody's doing the harmony, somebody's doing the lead. No, it's like you're doing the exact same thing, and it's really impressive, And I know she's got more notes up top, but the fact that you're matching her is it's crazy.
Yeah. All right, so I backed up a little bit. I want to hear that overlapping again here.
Together we love it out. Bring it all in and love it all out. Together we love it out.
No, I'm not gonna
hate this guy.
Yeah.
I have to bleep that out.
Keep it out. But can I say that guy is my drummer? Because
Well,
I
he's
really
doing a good
struggle-
job, because if you can hate someone who's not a
Yeah,
bad
right.
person, the acting's good.
He's the sweetest, most beautiful person you've ever met in your life, and it was actually really tough to cast that role. I had a few guys put their hand up and say they want to be in the clip, but when I explained the role, it
I
did
couldn't
deter
do
a
it.
lot of people.
I couldn't do it.
It was the same with the incredible Teresa, the actress, playing opposite him. Very, very difficult role to play, and they both did such an incredible job. And I remember after finishing it, he said, "You know, people won't think that I'm actually like this, right?" I'm like, and surprisingly,
I know
'cause
better.
I've
But yeah,
But yeah, I'll tell you an example. So I had I've got a song called "Don't Let Go," which is a cover of En Vogue's song. It went viral a few years ago, and we did a follow up.
I heard that one.
But both music videos, I had a guy playing opposite me as my partner, and he called me one day and said, "That's it. I'm never playing your partner again." He was on one of the dating apps, and a guy started abusing him, going, "Does Greg Gould know you're on here?" We've never dated in our life. He's a dear friend that I grew up with. And he's like, "Oh, you know that's just a film clip." Nah, I'm telling Greg, that's it. Like, so people do somehow, I don't know, in some weird ways do take it seriously. But yeah, it's important that people know that this is acting. Not only that, the person playing this role is doing this role because they care about the topic at hand. They want to shed a light on it.
That's great.
I know people that have gone through this, and it is unfortunately, within arm's reach of everybody, because it's just all too common. And it's, it's not talked about, it's not addressed in many conversations because it's uncomfortable. So it takes getting through that level of discomfort to even address it, or say, hey, maybe you should talk to somebody or let somebody know or get help or whatever. It's a really hard conversation. I'm not even comfortable having this conversation right now, and I love you guys, and you know what I mean? It's an uncomfortable topic, not because I'm not against it, obviously. It's just I don't identify with it. I don't understand it. It's confusing to me. So when you have a video like this that can sonically and visually stimulate that conversation and put it out there, and hopefully it resonates with somebody to say, hey, my story isn't just me, and there's other people out there, and there are people that can help, and everything else. I mean, I feel like you've seeded something really special in terms of what it can do for others, and thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't seen the resolution yet.
No, I know there's more,
I don't want to
but
spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah,
the message is that if you're going through this as well, that you don't have to stay there.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a breath, and we're gonna continue this journey.
Together we love it, breathe it all in,
And love it all now.
love it,
Breathe it all in. And love it all now. Together we love it,
Anytime you feel lost and you doubt you'll get through, I'll always find you.
That's awesome. Wow.
Oh,
What a talented person. Talented people.
hold on. I'm gonna let this play
Yeah.
here a second. No, I feel really bad about swearing about your drummer now.
You cruel bastard.
This.
That.
Thank you to all the incredible actors in this video who dug deep and tapped into some pretty tough themes. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. We did this because we are all passionate about the important topics covered in this clip. We did this to shine a light on the dark, to empower and inspire change, and to hopefully make a difference.
Fantastic.
I'm so glad we covered this because, you know, we Johnny and I go out of our way to avoid certain conversations. You know, we don't go into political things. We don't go into religious things, you know, in general, because, not speaking for Johnny, but for myself, I believe an all-inclusive concept is to not even have to say all-inclusive. It's just to love. There's no, like,
Correct.
to remove the labels completely.
Makes things pretty easy if that's your foundation, yeah.
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 Correct.
And this video and these stories just overlap everyone, all cultures, all races, all ages. You know, unfortunately, it's just there's a lot of human disturbances, and to take this on is, I mean, what a project.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Greg. This is amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah, what a
Thank you.
creative and talented individual.
I told you it was a lot to take in. Like, it's especially hearing this song for the first time as well. And you guys, your job is to listen analytically to the song too. I was like, I don't know how they're going to take all of these elements at once.
You can't.
Knowing that they're reacting to them. Like, you almost need to swallow it and digest it before you can even react to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I mean, I had that chorus in my head pretty early on, and I just want to take a moment to appreciate the song, like the songwriter. What's her name again? I'm sorry.
So Tanya Doko from Bachelor Girl and Nicholas Charles, they wrote it in Sweden. So Tanya's a Melbourne girl. She's a Melbourne girl, but she moved to Sweden and married a Swede and had a Swede child. And she was one of the main APRA songwriters over there. So she was connecting songwriters from Australia and Sweden. So that was one of her jobs. And yeah, she wrote this song quite a long time ago. She had me demo it for her in 2017 for the Australian competition to decide who goes to Eurovision.
Oh.
And we made around the top 40 songs. But because I wasn't working on original music at the time, I put it aside. And when it was time last year and I decided I was going to do my first, because this is my first original album of my career, I knew, and my partner said to me, you've got to get that song from Doko. So yeah, here we are in 2024 releasing it with one of my favorite singers of all time.
Yeah, it still amazes me. Like, I've been songwriting for 20 years plus, and it's still like such a cool, magical thing that, you know, you can take the same 12 notes, the same, you know, there's only so many chord progressions, there's only so many themes, so many words you can use, and you just come up with this magical combination, and it just makes you feel something, and I love that. Yeah, it's like just the melody's so good, and it was in my head immediately, and that's.
You know what the best part about this is that I can now go back. I can go back and listen to it many times now. You were torturing me with this. You realize that, right, Greg? You're like, oh, you have to hear
that's
this
my
new.
job.
No, we were going back and forth about the idea of doing it as a reaction. He's like, oh, you should hear it. I'm like, no, don't send it to me. And then I'm on Facebook, and
like,
he's just
out
like,
now. He's
look,
like,
it's out.
good.
Like, stop it. Stop sending me links.
Yeah.
I must say, Johnny, hearing you play that and sing along, we're going on tour. Thank you very much. Richard, you know I already love your voice, so that's it. You know what? I want you to teach me to do the longest note of all time. How do you do that?
You take a deep breath and go. That's all it is.
What if you did it now and that you beat your old record? If you just did it now.
So I did it on the John Wilson show on HBO Max. I did it at 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So I broke it unofficially by 36 seconds. So,
wow.
So it can be
without
done.
even trying to.
Yeah.
It's when it counts is when it's harder to do, right?
Right, because you tense up. Right?
Exactly. Anyway, great job with the directing and the way you wove everything together. It didn't feel jumpy at all, by the way. To tell 4 different stories and not feel like you're being jarred in any one direction, like really well done, just on that front.
And I really
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, go. I really like
I'm so happy to hear
was,
that.
You go.
I'm happy to hear that.
All right, Johnny, you go. What are you going to say?
Okay, good. No, I noticed at the end it was just kind of kept repeating the chorus over and over again. It's like, and that's the great thing when you have an awesome hook line like that. You can do that over and over, and just just hammers the.
You don't get bored
home.
of it.
No,
well,
especially when you got amazing singers.
Here's a little cheat thing. That's the video edit. So it's normally 4 minutes and 13 seconds. We did extend it because I had a full story to tell. There's like an extra 3 choruses at the end there. After an instrumental break that doesn't normally occur. So yes, go and listen to this song on its own. And yeah, it's not quite as long, but I'm glad that it didn't feel like it dragged.
Not at all.
Those extra choruses.
Listening to it without the visual, I'm really interested in doing it because I'll be able to kind of sink my teeth into just again more the textures to everything that's happening. And to your point, Johnny, you were just saying when you have the repetition of hook is great, but it really is even more than that. It's who's singing it. Because there's a lot of songs out there when you've got that one line repeating over and over again, it doesn't work. Even if it is an earworm, so to speak, it's your ability to breathe a little bit different, lean on the vowel just a little, little changes.
Yeah. And they're changing the melodies and stuff too.
Yeah.
And I mean, keeping it interesting that way. Yeah.
Yeah. The combination of the two is really what makes it work.
Well, here's some behind the scenes tea. We actually did a version that had her singing a third above in the last chorus. And we decided to go with a unison because there was not one other part in the song where we sang unison together. Because it sounded more like a united marching forward together feeling. And we actually opted to go with the unison over the harmony. Even though the harmony was nice, we wanted to really establish and continue on that melody.
Mm-hmm.
Just here.
We're gonna breathe it all in and love it all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great.
Together we'll love it now. Breathe it all in and love it all out.
Then the harmony.
Together we'll love it.
Yeah.
Really tasty choice there.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying, Richard. Yeah, 2 distinctly different voices that go so well together.
Yes, it's incredible. Which means we need to start a petition to get Morissette to do more songs with Greg, I think is really where this conversation needs to go.
I am so down with that. And also, it's definitely in the pipeline is I want to do more with the Philippines because the fans have been so beautiful. And I'm actually planning already to try and get over there because I want to sing this live with her. We have to sing it live together.
Take us with you.
Yeah, I was going to say we should add that into the
Yes.
petition as well, that we're required to go with them.
All right, guys.
Throga and Gigi on tour.
Leave your super thanks. We're starting a Tour of the Philippines fund right now.
Done. I'm down.
Awesome.
Greg, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this incredible song, your voice, your story. We'd love to have you on again. This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Honored.
Lovely to meet you, Johnny. Good to see you, Richard.
You too, Greg. Loved it. Unbelievable.
Ricardo. Done.
Oh, we haven't tried that before. That's better than Ricky.
I don't know about Ricky. Oh, Ricky to me sounds like a female name. I always think of Ricky Lee, like Ricky
I
Lee
could-
Jones
Ricky
or
Lake.
somebody.
I could flick my hair. I can make it work.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Well, if that's not an ending to this video, I don't know what is. So bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.